Eating Applebee's and Outback. What's up, my dudes? Got the BCMX Bradley Clay Outback SX. You know I love me some of these little outside the box vibes, little Spencer Turley vibes, a little bit more like not that standard ass woodland that you see 300,000 times on every single other track. You know I'm down for this shit, Bradley Clay. I'm always about this. It's nice to see for sure. In the fucking, absolute ocean of standard woodland tracks, finally, it's like there's something I can actually talk about. And it's like, okay, we can actually talk about the biome. We can talk about the vibes going on. Like, thank God. Like, I love when some of these track makers break out of that box a little bit and do something. Like, either way, this one's kind of cool. So, a lot of these objects come originally, I think, from the that 40 Creek MX, whatever the hell, from like all the way back in 15. I know I used a couple of these objects, and I think I used these trees on my Cahuega in the skybox on my Cahuega track, which is kind of trying to be more like an Africa style track. This is more like a Australian, obviously, with the Outback, and it definitely fits that whole vibe to it. So interesting. And not only that, but Bradley Clay has a certain kind of design, like the way that he makes these jumps and these transitions. They're very, he's got like a very like triangle jump and triangle transition versus like a rolled smooth transitions and jumps. They kind of got more of like a triangled effect to them, which is it's cool to ride on a different, kind of filling track like this every once in a while. It's nowhere near as rounded jump faces, and like, you know what I'm talking about. It's just kind of got its own little different feel to it, but yeah, pretty fun little track right here. Got I don't know if that's the finish line or not. I think so. But then you got that big ass double huck over the this other section over here. It's not that big, I don't guess, but fun little jump. Little probably is that like 100 foot maybe? Maybe like 90 to 100 foot little booter. Cool little overhang. Add some definitely some flair to the track. Nice little overhang section there. Cool how he made. I really do like when there's certain sections like this where you jump like the first jump of a rhythm, and then that triple landing is actually taller than the jump that you came off of. So you really got to be able to like get the seat bounce, get the pop, get the huck. There's something about I love landing down a bigger landing than what I jumped off of, like height-wise. You know what I'm talking about? There's something kind of cool about that. It's got fucking Nile River over here to the right, boys. Look over here to the left, crocodiles, We got some fucking kangaroos over here to the north. You know what I'm talking about, boys. Nice little pre-made inside rut. 10,000 times better than a road ever could make. But, yeah, nice fence going around it. A lot of different overlay style decal work vibes going on here. Cool. Makes a lot of little different variations within the dirt and the off-track grass to dirt area and shit like that. So, yeah, not a bad track right here. Just letting you guys know, I'm still doing team tryouts. Still getting on there, doing all that. Still got spots open on the team. So if you're interested in getting involved in all that, all you got to do is DM me on Instagram at Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters, and I will DM you back, get you in my Discord, get you on the team tryout roll, and we get on there every single night and do some practice supercross racing and get on there and just riding for fun and doing stuff like that. So if you want to get in on all that action, definitely be sure and go hit me up before the deadline's over. I'm not really sure when I'm going to cut that off, but I'm definitely not going to be accepting people on the team after we already start in supercross, in January. So you only really got a month left if you do want to try out for the team or try to get on the team. Right now, currently, we have maybe 13, 14 people on there. So, yeah, not too bad. Got a couple pretty quick dudes, couple pro dudes, 4 or 5 amateur dudes, and the other dudes are on a little bit of a slower pace. So kind of all different. You don't have to be at a certain skill level. Any skill levels are accepted because I have a whole fun riding part of my team as well. So you don't think in your head you got to be like a certain skill because that doesn't have anything to do with anything. So but if you want to get on the team, DM me on Instagram, Spencer Turley, no space, no capital, and I will get you in the team tryout roll on my Discord. We'll get it rocking on, dog. So either way, a little bit of third person action on this track. track. Yeah, so similar off track to his little moon track, little moon SX, Moonlight SX, right? Similar. It's basically the same thing. It's just not as dark out here. So he's kind of using that multiple tracks. It just kind of adds an extra layer of mountainside off in the distance versus just having just the sunset off in the distance. I think it probably could have went either way. Like I don't necessarily think these mountains way out here are like necessary. Exactly, you know what I mean? Because when you get to the point to where it's that far out, your skybox will make it seem like you've got a good enough of an out off the track kind of look. So I guess this is technically his border right here. So yeah, damn, when I see this right here, I like think of a trail track. I'm like, it'd be badass if I can go through that right there, have an alligator chomp your leg off. But either way, that this little section right here is really cool. See, these are the little touches you can add to a track that really makes like certain spots on the track memorable. You guys know me always talking about that shit. Doing little things like that really make areas of the track memorable. A little cone right there, just a couple little touches. So it's not just like the most basic of the basic dirt and off-track dirt and grass and trees. Like, he's actually got a little bit of some more elements to it than that, which always adds to it. But yeah, more of like a triangled out transitions, triangled out faces and landings. So a little bit of a different feel if you're used to the more like rolled off, rolly, smoothie type tracks. So yeah, man, either way, gonna give this puppy probably give this track like a 9 overall, honestly. It's pretty solid. I don't really know much more you could do to this, really. I mean, yeah, it's not like my most favorite track I've ever rode on in my life, but it's still pretty solid. I mean, even if I don't necessarily love the track, just like, love it, it's still a 9 out of 10, you know what I mean? So, I'd say difficulty, still looking at like medium, kind of that all skill level difficulty range here. Not super hard, not super easy of a supercross track, just kind of in the middle range, standard. Very, very standard, like rhythm size and jump size and distances and all that kind of jazz. Everything's pretty standard in that kind of sense. But either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.